What is up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Carolyn. Today I am doing a watch me work video. This is on this pink butterfly set that I did. This was a little freestyle set and I just decided to film it. This is not going to be really a tutorial. Like I said, it's going to be a watch me work. So if there's anything in this video that you guys want me to go over in depth in another video, just let me know, because like I said, I'm not going to really be explaining so much of what I'm doing. I'm gonna chime in here and there so you guys are not like, clueless the whole video, but I'm not really gonna be teaching you guys anything. So yeah, but right now I'm just doing my double tip process because I wanted some extra long nails. So I'm just gluing on my second tip and I'll come back in a little bit to tell you what I'm doing next. Okay, so now I'm going in and cutting down those nails because they're too long, obviously, or maybe you like your nails that long, but I don't. I wouldn't even be able to function, girl. So I'm cutting them down to my desired length, and then I'm going to go in with my straight edge nail clipper. Straight edge is key when you're trying to shape your nails, okay? Do not use the curved nail cutter because your shape is going to come out crazy. I'm using a straight one so that I can get a straight line for the most part. And I'm just tapering in my shape, and then I'm gonna go in with my 180 grit file and use the 100 side to file in my shape. So one thing that you guys didn't see me do is prep my nails. I'm not showing that in this video just because I wanted to take these nails off right after this video. So I actually have on a clear press on my natural nail, and I just buffed away the shine so that my acrylic wouldn't slide all over the place. That way I can just pop these off when I'm done with them. So you're not gonna see me prep in this video, but if you want a separate video on how I prep and make sure that my nails and my clients' nails are not lifting, just let me know, and again, I'll make a separate video. So one thing that I always make sure that I do when I'm filing is to keep my file really straight. As you can see, I'm using it like vertically right now. That's going to give you a really crisp shape. Anytime you see my file curving underneath, I'm just trying to get underneath the nail, because if you can see, the nails kind of curve a little bit. So I'm just trying to get rid of that. But for the most part, when I'm really shaping, my file is either like this, where it's straight horizontally, or when I'm really trying to get a really crisp edge, I will hold it vertically like this. So that's really important when you're trying to get really crisp, clean shape. If you curve in your file, your nail shape is gonna curve also. So you need to keep your file straight in order to get a straight shape. So after I'm done giving myself carpal tunnel, because I know y'all just seen my wrist broke as hell, I'm gonna go in with my sanding band and just blend in those two tips, just so that there's no line when I'm applying my acrylic. And I'm also blending it into my natural nail where my little press on is, just so that there's no like bulk. I want my nail to be as thin as possible before I put on my acrylic, so that my nail doesn't come out thick as hell. I also want to note that during this part, I'm not touching the natural nail at all. Once you're done prepping your natural nail, you should not be touching it with the file. Do not take away any thickness from the natural nail. Okay, so after that, I'm going to dust it off. And if I was doing this on a client, I would go in with my dust brush right here, just to remove any excess dust and to further prevent lifting. Then I'm going in with my Valentino powders. All of my powders are from Valentino today. And my No Lift Nails monomer. Usually I'd use the Valentino monomer, but I ran out and my new one is not here yet. So this is what I'm using instead. So the best way that I can tell you guys to apply your acrylic beads is to, when you pick up your bead, make sure that it looks like wet sugar. I think on my next bead, I'm going to show you what I mean by that. But if your bead looks like wet sugar, if it's not just completely smooth, then you know that you picked up a good bead. Your bead shouldn't have dry powder on it, and it shouldn't be completely smooth. Let me show you guys right here. If you see when I pick up my bead, it's like bumpy. You want it to be bumpy. That's how you know you picked up a good bead. And then I go in and I dip my brush in my monomer just a little bit, just so that it's wet. And I pat the bead that I just put down. Now that's gonna make sure that, one, you're not picking up a too wet bead and you're not able to control it once you put it down. And two, it's going to help with your control of your bead, because when you put it down and then add the monomer to it with the wet brush by patting it, that's going to keep your bead from running all over the place. It's going to make sure it's stiff but still movable. So I hope that makes sense. If you guys want me to go more in depth, I can always do that. But yeah, I really hope that made sense. So just pat it until you can move it without it moving all over the place, and then just kind of slide down the nail, like swipe it to pull it down. Swipe and pat. That's like, I don't know. Those are the best ways that I can describe it. Swipe and pat, guys. So after I do that, I'm going in with this glitter and just putting it diagonally across the nail. And yeah, I'll chime in on the next nail so I can kind of explain that process to you guys a little bit more. Okay, so here I'm starting with the cuticle bead. Once I put my bead up to the cuticle, I'm gonna press up into the cuticle and then swipe my bead down once it is all tight in the cuticle area. So yeah, just pat. You see I'm patting after I had dipped my brush into the monomer, and now I'm just kind of patting and swiping to move my bead down the nail. And I typically use 3 beads to cover up my nail. With my colored powders, I typically cap them, so I put them on relatively thin, and I also don't really care for it to be really even, because again, I'm gonna cap it. So I don't really care about the bumps and lumps, because once I put on the clear, I'm gonna make sure that I put it on nice and smooth. So again, I'm going in with the glitter diagonally across the nail, and then capping that with my clear. And like I said, once I put the clear on, that's gonna make the nail nice and smooth. So yeah, my nails are not the smoothest today, but it was really hard to film this. Like, filming and staying in the frame of the camera is really hard. So my smoothness of my nail was a little bit compensated because of that, but I kind of got the hang of it once I got to the second nail, so that one looks a little bit better, a little bit smoother. But yeah, once I go in and file it, all those little bumps will go away. So now I'm doing an ombre, and I really got out of the frame for this, so I'm sorry guys that you guys are not really gonna see much of the ombre process, but I was so out of frame, guys. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, if you guys want a tutorial on that, let me know. But yeah, I'm just blending in my nude with that, and then I'm going to cap that with clear as well. And then I'm going in with this pink color on my pinky and my thumb. I'm just doing 3 beads to apply the color and then capping it with clear. I always cap my colors with clear. I don't know, I just like to do that. That's just my process. And it also kind of stretches your colored powders. You don't have to use as much because you're not building the structure of the nail. And then I also feel like colored powders don't offer so much or as much support as like a clear powder, which is made for to make the support of the nail, to make the structure of the nail. So just for the strength purposes of the nail, I always cap all of my nails with clear just to add strength. So yeah, I'm just going in with the pink on my pinky and my thumb. So I'm gonna stop talking now and just let you guys watch. I know I just said I'm gonna stop talking, but I felt like it was important to let you guys know that if you guys can tell, I'm constantly patting and swiping on the sides of the nail just to keep the shape of the tip. If you guys don't do that, your shape is not gonna come out properly, and number 2, your shape is not gonna last. So when you're applying your acrylic, it's really important to make sure that you're keeping the shape that you made. If you don't do that, don't think that your shape is gonna last. Like, that's really important. Applying your acrylic is really important in the shaping process. It really helps with perfecting your shape. Anything that you kind of had off when you had the tip, you can fix that with your acrylic and just make everything nice. So make sure that you're still shaping while you're applying your acrylic. That's really, really important. Okay, now I'm going back in with my file using the same technique that I used when I was shaping the tips. I'm also going to go in with my e-file with a fine ceramic bit. I didn't show that just for the sake of the video. It was a little long, so I just thought I could take that out. Plus, it wasn't very much. It literally took me like 3 minutes to do, just because, like I said, I make sure that my shape is on point when I'm applying my acrylic, and making sure that my acrylic is nice and smooth so that I don't have to do a lot of filing in the end. That is really going to save you guys a lot of time if you apply your acrylic properly. So I feel like that's the most important step when you're doing your nails, is to get your acrylic laying process down pat, because once you do that, it's going to be really, really easy for you to do your nails. So once I'm done hand filing, e-filing, and buffing, I'm going in with this transfer foil glue and curing that underneath my light, and then putting on my butterflies. They're just transfer foils. So yeah, you need a transfer foil glue to put on transfer foils. So if you want to try this, make sure that you have that. For the grand finale, I'm using my IBD Top Coat. This top coat is bomb. I went through a lot, but this one is my favorite. It lasts such a long time and has your nails super shiny, super bomb. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So after that, I'm going to put these underneath my light for 60 seconds. And I also added 1 rhinestone at the cuticle of each nail. So I didn't show that, but I did that. And after that, that's going to be pretty much it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had fun filming it. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be coming out with a lot more content, hopefully uploading very consistently. So yeah, this is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.